We're starting the show like this. What up? What up? What up? What?
That's
what
right, motherfuckers.
We're live right now.
What up, Josh? What up? What up? What up, Josh? What up, Josh? What up?
What up, Josh?
What up, Josh?
What up, Josh?
What up,
What
Josh?
up?
What up? Oh, everybody, what up, Josh?
Are we live?
What up, Josh, to everybody in the chat?
Yeah, we are live. I forgot to put on my overlay.
Whoops.
Welcome to the most highly produced, most professional vaping show in the nation.
Look at all that Diet Coke back there.
Possibly the world. Yeah, man. You see all that? Got my supply re-up.
Mass is coming to you today from the banana boat, actually, in the Gulf. So.
If only that was really true.
It could be. You don't know.
How's your battery gonna treat you on the way to your computer there, Masty?
My battery is almost dead. The banana boat is going as fast as it can.
It's been a rough week in the chip game.
Yeah, dude, we got a lot of shit to fucking talk about tonight, too.
We do.
So,
I have not seen
the contest first.
We probably should do the contest first. At least talk about it.
Yeah. Okay. So we've been running one contest for a while now. That's the Design Us a New YouTube banner contest. You still have this entire show to do that. There aren't really no rules to that. Just make it legal so that we can put it on a YouTube banner.
Right.
The other one is because Josh is
sick as tits.
Yeah, let's go with sick as tits.
There you go.
He decided to give away another mod. It's not going to have our logo engraved on the front, I don't think. It's not quite as special. But you don't have to do anything to win it. That's going to be random for somebody in chat. So it's entirely your decision whether or not to invite more people to come watch and lose the odds.
That's a really bad way to intro the whole contest there.
It is, but it's true. It's true, dude. If it was me, I'd be like, fuck it, I hope nobody's watching. I have a better chance of winning. I'm not going to lie to these people.
Well, maybe we should set up a contest one of these times to get referrals, like as many people as you can bring in. That gets you
yeah. I like that idea. We should do that. We'll do a referral contest.
And
we got to be like
we can do that with Jews. We can do that with Jews because that way, whoever wins, if they say your username, you and the people that you brought in get Jews.
Oh, so now he's thinking.
Yeah.
What up, Josh?
Here's the thing, though. If it gets all over your hands, then you have no choice but to blame the juice.
Very good idea. I agree with this.
All right, so we should go through new news. And,
yeah, let's do it.
Mr. Ahmed gets to go first.
I got some shit to talk about.
What?
First and foremost,
Chew and swallow.
bro, can't touch this.
Wait, the first thing we have to talk about is my water bottle sounds like a dolphin.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the e-liquid ban in the state of New York, the one that everyone was so friggin' butthurt and paranoid about, I kind of kept my cool the entire way about it. That shit got scrapped. Yo, Bloomberg, deal with it. E-liquid go.
Yeah. Deal with it.
Yeah, so...
Well, should we break the order and let Mass do news first since he's going to be gone for a little bit after this?
No.
Deal with it. Yeah. Yeah, I can do it.
Okay, talk.
All right. Yeah, put the picture up on the screen. So this new SX350 board came out, and they're releasing a mod from I forget. It's like PV4U or some shit. Look, people, it's a 35-watt mod. They're also coming out with a 50-watt. But keep this in mind: the thing will not go below 7 watts, and it does not. It is a board made by Yeehee. It's really long. A lot of people are jumping on it. It's going to have a single 18650 in it. I don't know how they're going to be able to do that with the 50-watt board, to tell you the truth, because Yeehee themselves has said, they're going to require dual batteries. Picture. And you can put the image up on the screen.
Find the picture.
Huh?
Cannot find picture.
It's in the. It's on Reddit. It was on the front page yesterday. Just look for like 35 watt mod. It'll be in there. Or look up SX350 board, and you'll see the pictures. Alibaba right now is the one doing this. The company that Yeehee's made board for the Vamos. Yeehee has made boards for Sigeli. All these people. But this is a Generation 1 board, so it's an older board. You cannot compare it to the SX350. Okay, even though the SX350 is going to be up to 40 watts here at the end of the month, that's a way newer board. You cannot upgrade the old board. So the version 1 that's coming out in these PVs is going to be that's it. You cannot upgrade it via USB. You can't do any of that. So I mean, it's going to have a touch sensor on it. I don't know how well that's going to work. I'm still leery about quality on them because it's a green leaf. Yeah, there's a picture of it. It's a green leaf. Go ahead.
I found it. You're good.
Yeah, and the box itself, it has it looks like a young Asian girl vaping something engraved on it, which is kind of weird. So it'll be interesting to see. The pricing on it, for a 35 watt mod is not bad. I just don't know how well it's going to perform compared to the 350 board. Like I said, the 330 board is a version 1. It's an older one, and I do know for a fact that there have been a few things coming out that are, the 35 watt's going to come out first, and then the 50 watt. But another thing to remember too is the 330 does not have a bypass feature, which the 350 has, which is a really nice feature. You can switch it into bypass, and it'll go into straight battery mode. You can only go down to a 0.3 with this, but
only.
Versus a 0.2 with the other one. This board will not be able to step down. So, for example, when you use a 0.3 or a 0.5 atomizer, the output of it is going to be above 25 watts. You're not going to be able to bring the wattage down, which the 350 allows you to do. So, you're going to have to be vaping at 40 plus watts. If you get the 50 watt board, you're not going to be able to bring the wattage down, which sometimes it's nice to be able to do with a lower ohm atomizer.
Well, yeah, but if you're building a 0.2, 0.3 Addy, I mean, I don't think you're going to be wanting to. No,
you don't. Yeah, you won't. But I mean, it's just basically showing the difference between them.
Sure, that makes sense.
And this board is not a modder's board. This is just a device, which is another difference. And it's basically just going to be sold as a device itself. So because it's got all the buttons are on board, and the draw to it, I think, is okay. It looks like the DNA because it's got the DNA screen. But that's something new that's coming out that you're going to be able to get here pretty soon. I think pricing is around for a single unit. It's going to be around $79 from eSiggity. And the 50 watt version is going to be over 100. But we'll see. I mean, that's still 20 to 30 days out. A lot can change with the chip and the chip manufacturer.
I like the way you vape it.
So Mass Blast, somebody wants to know what's up with the sunglasses.
Well, deal with it. I'm on a banana boat.
You started a revolution. Everybody else is wearing sunglasses too.
I'm on a banana boat. Yeah, so there's that. And I also received in the mail today a few other of the Chinese boards. So maybe next tech time that we do, we might actually get an actual explosion out of them. So, and I did notice, and I don't know, Sean or Angsty, if you have the pictures, but this over the past week, I helped a few people who received some of the Canon mods, and they were the DNA30 style mods, and those basically came in, and they were having issues with the buttons. The buttons weren't even held in by anything. They fell out, and when I opened it up, the positive connector was almost touching the case. So if you have any of these mods, please open them up. Look at your connectors, because the sled was not glued in. If that sled would have moved, that would have caused a hard short on that battery. And you know, you're not going to be able to take those screws out fast enough to pop that battery out. So
Hey, where'd you post that picture, Bass? I'm looking for it. I can't find it.
I sent it. It's in our chat.
Oh, it's in the chat. All right.
Yeah,
So we'll
and
get back to that one, I think.
Yeah,
As we're talking about blowing shit up, man, I want to take a moment, and I'm sure we can talk to a little bit more once Josh comes in.
just real quick, my battery's about to die, but I'm going to send you the picture via chat so you can put it up, okay? And I'm going to drop out until I get to my...
Cool.
All right. Later.
Cool. See you in a few.
Oh, I've got it.
And that was on the road with Mass Blast. That's
Anyway,
a new segment of our show.
All right, here's the link that should work. If it doesn't work, then
I'm gonna screen share it and shit too. On that note, though, we did. Who all was in here? We got to watch a real DNA blow up last night too. That was interesting.
yep.
So you know, we tried and we tried and we tried and we tried to make one of these Chinese ones blow up, and wouldn't you know it, we were sitting in hanging out prepping, and Josh was building, and he threw together a DNA. And the whole fucking thing started smoking.
not this picture that you've got up now. This is the
This is the Chinese board.
Mm-hmm.
That's the Chinese.
So, e-liquid banned in New York got stuffed. As you see, they've already dealt with it. On another note, actually a thread on Reddit was brought to my attention today about user Obama's Socks, who's from Jersey, came to the shop I work at Henley and got refused because he's not 21. Because we've got some fucking stupid laws in New York City. You have to be 21 to buy nicotine products now. So unfortunately, for us New Yorkers, we have to, deal with it. It's not a very happy deal with it. It's a sad one.
Hey, does that apply to vaping hardware or zero nic juice?
Yes.
All of it.
All of it.
Word. That's
We must deal with all of it.
with all of it.
That is a particularly sad deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
It really is. On another note, I don't know if I mentioned this last week, but I ordered a black anodized Nemesis tube off of eBay, and they sent me a Cloudport dry herb atomizer. And I messaged the vendor, and they haven't gotten back to me yet. I sent them my receipt ID and all that other jazz, and right now I'm dealing with it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, on a better note, I'm still using the Cellucotton rayon wick. Still using it, still loving it. I pulled out my wick that was put in last Saturday. I pulled it out on Friday because I ran out of the juice that I was vaping. I'm like, all right, switch flavors. And it was still serviceable. It was barely discolored. Where you pull it through your coil, and it was still it was barely discolored. It was slightly brown. So.
Oh, that law, is it just in New York City or is it the whole state?
The state. Oh no, the 21 rules in the city right now. I wouldn't be surprised if the rest of the state followed suit, like they did when they raised the age to 19, because that really did a lot. So, yeah. But yeah, the rayon wick is good. I still can't understand what it says, and it sends me pictures of dicks. So.
Is that what it does?
Mm-hmm. Rayon wick, yeah.
Oh, that, yeah.
That's good to know, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so yeah, Obama sucks. I'm sorry that my shop couldn't serve you. Shit sucks. And yeah. What else? Oh yeah, DB Liquids is doing his yearly ALS charity thing. So you use coupon code Lou Gehrig, LOUGEHRIG. Don't follow my spelling. You get 10% off, and for all the percentages of coupons that are applied, he will also match those donations and donate it to the ALS Foundation.
And he stepped up the game too, right, with giveaways?
Yes. Shit, I should probably pull that up, shouldn't I?
You do that.
So yeah, that. Oh, and also the Warriors line that he's been working on.
Yeah.
Frog, Cantaloupe Tobacco, and the third one, the apple pie flavor, is coming out very soon. Yay! And they're all pretty good. I like them.
That chai apple pie thing flavor is pretty fabulous.
I took it with me to work yesterday because the first time I tried it, I liked it, and then I didn't like it, and then I threw it on the rayon, and I liked it again, and I took it to work to vape it for an extended period of time, and I'm like, all right, this is pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to try it on rayon. I think that's the one I wasn't really crazy about.
You were, but you were doing the zero nick thing, right? And,
yeah, it was.
We figured out that it was probably that.
Okay.
Because it's pretty solid. And it's a very interesting vape. It's I think it's a good follower to Strog. I haven't tried the cantaloupe tobacco, but that's because I loathe cantaloupe.
What else you got, Ahmed?
While you look up
the chips on them, Guru.
All right. So are you still pulling up that DV Liquids thread to get the giveaway thingies?
I'll post it in chat.
All right. So a couple things I just want to mention. There's the whole G-Plat thing. So I think we talked briefly
about. Have a whole bunch more.
No.
Did he talk about the Odin already?
Oh shit! Yeah, I ordered an Odin dripper.
And the eBay. The eBay thing happened. Yeah.
I ordered an Odin. The end.
We're done. He ordered an Odin. Okay, we're good.
We talked briefly about the G-Plat thing recently. It's a new wire that the Cloud Chaser guys are using. The short of it is it's supposed to be softer. I haven't tried it because it's like $1 a foot, and I think that's kind of ridiculous for resistant wire. But some people apparently on Facebook and ECR started sharpening the old pitchforks because somebody hypothesized and then found out that it was true that there's manganese in the wire, but it was a bunch of, how should we say, is it a red herring crucifixion? It's an unjustified crucifixion because Canthal's got it in there too, and we don't get it hot enough to really worry about that. Meh. I did snag one of the threads that I can paste in here in case we haven't seen it. As if you could miss it, because if you pull up ECR, there's like 4 threads about it right now. Yeah, I just thought I'd mention it because it's news, even though I've got no vested interest in it whatsoever because I think it's kind of ridiculous. The other thing that I think is that a lot of people actually found out about in the last week was Goss's news. So we have some good and bad things there. The good of it is Goss has found himself a really plush. I don't even know what I was trying to say there.
Goss has found himself a pretty decent gig.
He's found himself a good gig doing more career style things, which is good for him. I'm not going to go into where he's going, but it's going to be vaping related. But he's not going to make Dukes anymore. That's the downside. But we will be picking up that slack. Scott from DB Liquids is going to apparently be training somebody trained by Goss, and they're going to be selling Dukes, just not made by Goss, but still with the same warranty and all that stuff at DB Liquids, which is pretty slick. But if you haven't gotten a Duke, an OG Duke made by the Goose himself, you should go pick one up.
Right.
If you can find
if you get a chance to grab one, grab one.
Mm-hmm.
On kind of, I guess, bittersweet news with that, shortly before the announcement was made, a Duke run happened, and all 4 of us grabbed one.
Mm-hmm.
And those are going to be pretty tight.
Mm-hmm.
But that's kind of bittersweet to everybody else, I think.
Who couldn't use another Duke? I know I could use another Duke.
I could go for another Duke.
A little toot off the Duke. Oh, I forgot I had
Duke. The Duke doesn't have a DNA.
Yeah, I don't care. I use drippers on it.
Oh, man, that friggin' root beer by the Octopus, Witty Octopus, deliciousness. The other thing I thought I'd mention is CASA had, and I should have mentioned this last week and I didn't. CASA did release their call to action number 3. So it's a really pretty simple way to go out and do that. Go ahead and pull up the CASA.org page.
Hold on.
What?
As far as I know, to answer Stephanie Roberts, current Dukes are still going to be covered under warranty by Goss.
Yes.
So if you have a Duke made by Goss, he's still going to fix your Duke.
Yeah. And that's been one of the things that drew me, besides the fact that I knew the guy in the first place, to it, is his commitment to fixing his babies, because he really does think of all the Dukes as his baby. So, yeah, don't worry about it, Miss Stephanie Roberts. Gus got you hooked up. He's not going anywhere. He's just not going to be making new Dukes himself.
He did mention the possibility of some small local runs or group runs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yes, the Gospital is still open for business.
The Gospital is definitely still open for business, which is good. Good. I'm glad you caught that, because I didn't see that scroll by when I was looking at the notes. Let's see. CASA call to action number 3. Go ahead and do that. We did get an extension on our comment period, which is nice. The kind of the downside, one of the guys that is a big advocate on Reddit did mention that it's a little bit of a slap in the face, because we got like half the customary normal extension time, which is kind of annoying. But at least we got some extra time for CASA and Vaping Militia and other guys that are out there trying to fight for our rights as vapors to get stuff together. And I just clicked my Duke lid for the first time since like episode number 5. My bad. See. Okay, so I covered that. Okay, so a guy by the name, his user handle on Reddit is WTF. So what the fuck did I just do? Shit. Posted a link that I hadn't seen today. So there's a couple guys in the UK doing what appears to me to be a riff or a complete parody of the whole vaping review thing. It's 2 older gentlemen hanging out and just playing a quasi Monty Python dry British humor parody of vaping reviews, and it cracked me up. The first one I saw was just so painfully cringeworthy. I had to keep watching, and as I watched it, you can tell they're doing it on purpose, which is brilliant. So I actually pulled up. They've got a let me get the link for you. They've got a whole playlist on YouTube.
They're pretty funny guys too.
Oh my god. They got a whole playlist on YouTube. There's like 50 videos. I literally had it on all day today. It played for like 4 hours, just episode after episode. I mean, they had a porn star on.
I didn't
guy,
see
and then another. The girl one was even funnier. I mean, some of the lines they were just feeding each other. It's just weird. Start at the beginning and just let it play, man. It's hilarious. It's Mr. G and Martin's Super Vaping Reviews is the name. Why is there what is that link in my thing? I don't even know what that is. All right, the last up. I actually do have a crucifixion. Congra Vape still has got all of my monies. Those guys are starting to really piss me off.
Eat a bag of dick.
Eat an entire bag of fetid donkey dicks. No, all of them. There needs to be all of the rotten donkey dicks. They need to eat them all, because at this point, they've stolen my money. As far as I'm concerned, they've delayed they've delayed their return so long. I got rejected from PayPal from even filing a dispute. That PayPal just automatically closes it because it's been too long. Only one
dick though, because they're not going to process the rest of the dicks.
That's true. They probably won't even process the first dick. And the
By the
whole
way,
rest.
somebody said the 4 of us are those old guys in 20 years.
Yeah, probably. And actually, if we're that funny in 20 years, that would be fantastic.
I'm okay with that.
That would be okay.
And if we're still doing this in 20 years, that's a lot of time.
That's a lot of Plumes episodes. That's a lot of crucifixions. I don't know if my heart can take that much.
Yeah.
I will try. Yeah, no, I mean, it's and you know as well as I do, it's $40, right? It's not going to break the bank. Stephanie Roberts did post a link. That's exactly the 2 guys I'm talking about. Thank you. That's not going to break the bank. It's the principal thing at this point. They've had the products returned back with their RMA process for over a month now, and they have not replied to my very polite emails at all. They've literally just ignored them, and that pisses me off. I will not do any business with them at all anymore. I'm not going to even stay quiet about it anymore. I'll try to be quiet about it. There's a bunch of dicks. Anyway, I'm done.
I, on the other hand, have had way more than enough crucifixions for the day, so I think all my news items are pretty good. So, first, it is kind of, I mean, we kind of realize this in spurts, and I don't think we've ever mentioned it on the show, but for the shit ton of overseas viewers that we have, thank you guys so much for staying up and watching, man. Like, that's really fucking cool.
Absolutely, I think, because that's not a small undertaking, man. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning over there.
24 fucking episodes?
Yeah, like, that's really fucking cool that you guys stay up and watch, man. Like, that's appreciated. Like, that means a lot. God, I gotta turn off our chat window.
Yeah, all the feels.
I want to give a shout out to our Coil Porn too. They linked us. They're doing a huge contest over there. I'll link it. We were talking to them a little while ago about that. I said, yeah, you know, we'll give you guys a shout out because I mean they're giving away some really cool stuff. Like a K-Fun Light Plus, a Ranger OKR mod, Bombies, DB Liquid, Seduce Juice, Koval.
Yeah, huge.
Power Juice. They're giving away fucking Power Juice. What the hell? God, I need to get in on this.
Yeah, I actually saw that post the other day, and I was definitely impressed. I can't believe I forgot to mention it. I didn't put it in my show notes at all, and I should have.
What else do I got? Oh, charity shit. We were talking about charity earlier. I'm shooting for middle of next month, but I'm working on a really big charity program kind of thing that involves bringing juice vendors together to do mixes together. So hopefully the first one of those will be out middle of next month. There'll be limited run, two different juice vendors working together to make a juice, and I'm really excited about doing this. So hopefully I'll have more details as that goes on. Speaking of juice, I found the holy fucking grail of juice. I found my original bottle of Terrific, and I don't know if we've ever talked about this on the show.
Maybe not on the show.
Vapors Null did a juice called Terrific a long time ago, and they did their King of the Cloud line. They released an updated version called Canela Vanilla. I don't like it as much. Mass doesn't like it as much. We said, hey, Rich, can we get Terrific? And Rich said, sure. Fuck. I lost the recipe. If you can find a bottle of Terrific, then I can put it back together and remake it. So after about 2 months or so, I finally found my original bottle of Terrific, and I have it in my rose, and it is phenomenal. So hopefully
you need to give it to friggin' Rich.
I'm gonna give it to Rich. God damn it!
I will stab you in the throat. Oh, I was gonna give it to Rich. You know, there was like
I haven't seen him yet. It's only been one tank in the rose all weekend. I've been good. It's not all gonna be gone. Don't worry. And the other juice that I'm going to be sending to Mass to try is something that's still in beta, and I want to bring it up again because now I've had a lot more time with it. It's this line that's coming out soon. It's called Vapture. The juice is called Wojape. It's kind of like a cereal / breakfasty vape, and it's really, I like it. There's a little bit much on the scratchy side, and right now I think that's the PG, but I talked to the juice maker, and he thinks it's something else, and he's working that out before it goes live. But the flavor's there, it's spot on, and it's made it into my rotation, so I'm quite happy with that juice. Oh, I got this too, and I mean, this is going out. I don't know, is Lousy Stoner in here? Is he in chat?
Yes. I think he is.
Is he?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Lousy Stoner, your thing's going to be shipped out. It's a little worse for wear. This is the DNA clone that we lit on fire last week.
It's famous.
Functioning DNA20 and a lot of character.
It came from you. It can't have that much character.
It's got character now, man. Raul beat the shit out of it. But very been playing around with that a little bit since I got it back. It's kind of cool, man. It's all scratched up and stuff. That's all I got. Mine's short this time. So, guest time?
Guest time.
Guest time. We should probably talk about the contest one more time once.
We should talk about
guest time. So let's bring guest time in.
What up,
and
Josh?
He's on camera this time. So what up, Josh?
What's up?
So now everybody gets to see what Josh looks like.
That's right. So if you were around on episode 3 100 years ago, Josh was on, but he just was a logo.
Yep.
The whole time.
And for the longest time, I thought that's what he looked like, but I was wrong.
Because it's been a secret what I look like the whole time, right?
It has.
Hold on, let me get
one
in,
night where he just randomly got on
let me
camera.
get in the right position to vape.
There you go.
Lazy fingers.
You got to pray to the vaping gods.
Yeah.
For the contest, I don't think we posted that many places tonight, so this should be easy. One random DZ SX mod. I don't know what the hell you're calling these things now.
I'm actually calling them the SXS.
See,
Thanks
it's
a
even
lot
hard for you to say.
Yeah, because you implanted it last night, so you know.
So is it the DZ Nuts SXS?
Or just the DZ SXS.
That works. D6.
These.
This is. I'm trying to keep it as Chinese as possible. You know what I'm saying?
That works. Yeah, that works.
So it's basically one of these, except for it's got an SX350 chip. And upgradable.
Correct. I mean, yeah, it's
Just like
the
that.
same thing. Yeah.
So
And I
one
mean-
is going to have no special engravings or anything, and that's going to go to somebody random in chat.
He's gonna have one special engraving. He's gonna have his new logo on it.
Well, his new logo, yeah, and I mean he can share that with the world, or I can share that with the world, or whatever.
Yes, and thank you for that, by the way.
You are welcome, sir. That was a fun logo to make. I had a lot of fun doing that.
That
And I'll
was
share that in a
a
minute.
lot of fun.
Yeah. So the original contest was to do a new logo for him, and then I did a new logo for him, and so we changed the contest to a YouTube banner. So if you're watching now, if you want to make us a YouTube banner, best YouTube banner wins, and it is going to go on our YouTube. So we've had some really, really cool fucking entries. And that one is for number 1 of the new line with our logo on the front and his new logo on the back. So that one's going to be very special. First in the series with our logo on it.
Right. Well, first in the series with our logo on it, but also first in the series of the SX mods.
Exactly.
And to the question that we just had in the. In
not
the
yet. We're not. We'll get there. You gotta let him talk about that. I mean, that's half the show.
Well, no, I'm just saying he's just moving to it. You said it was the first one.
Yeah, but that's like half the conversation of the show, right?
What's that?
This is the new logo right here too. So
Yes.
that's the brand new one, the Xmods logo. So
I
there
think
you
it's badass, man. You got some Night of the Living Dead, some Jason, some Alien. You know, it fits me pretty well.
You're all morbid and shit.
Yeah, you know, I do what I do, right?
Exactly. So I guess now we can kind of.
Oh, real quick though, look, see, I got some stuff down here for all of you non-believers. The last time, where's my beard at? It's not full, you know what I'm saying, but I got something. You know what I'm saying?
Doesn't he look a lot like Stone Cold Steve Austin?
He
No.
does look a little
It's
bit.
all for the cause, Josh.
All for the cause.
On the note though, or on the what was being asked, so you're going through a whole bunch of changes with new logo, business, what you're building, and a whole bunch of stuff like that. You want to talk about that a little bit? Get all that kind of done.
Well,
We'll get to the details later, but
yeah, I mean, ultimately, I've told enough people, but I don't think truly enough people have heard it or whatnot. But I will not be making DNA mods anymore.
What?
You know, yeah, what? You know, there's enough clones and stuff like that out there for everybody. And the fact is, it took Evolve 10 plus weeks to get my last order to me, and at that, you guys know they shorted me. Yeah, they did fulfill the order, so it's not a crucifixion.
Oh, god damn it.
the 10 plus fiction, no, dude.
It is a crucifixion, but not at the same time. I mean, they fulfilled. There you go. There you go. But you know, I just can't take pre-orders from people and expect them to be still around 3 months from now. You know what I mean? It's just it's bad business. Period.
Yeah.
So the ones
it stresses you out. It stresses out the customer. The customer wants their vape.
Oh, of course, and at the end of the day, I'm the asshole holding the bag. You know what I mean? Because I'm the guy that's got to answer for these other companies why they're not fulfilling their part of the deal. And just like anybody else, they don't respond to my emails and stuff like that. And when they do, it's they act like it's a surprise. So yeah, needless to say, switching to the SX, right now, it's 35 watt 40 at the end of the month, so it's going to be 10 more watts. It's just an overall better chip, in my opinion. It sucks that it comes from China. It doesn't come from, the main or America like Evolve, but I just have to keep going, man. I can't pause on one company and continuously wait for them. So
Keep on keeping on. Life's a
And
garden.
you're also changing where you're selling from too, right?
correct. I'm going to be they're going to be sold out of the Vapors Null. I've been doing the whole JCMS Xmods solo, and I just do not have the resources or the time in my day to satisfy or what I feel is satisfy customer needs. The Vapors Null can offer that, and the joy is I set the price for the mod with them, and there's going to be some upgrades and stuff like that, which are minor details, which get worked out in the long run. But nonetheless, it's going to be a better mod, and the price is still going to be in the same ballpark. So
what's your price?
it's going to be $160 for the small. The large is still in beta, as the chip's a little bit bigger, so I have to revise my design a little bit. Might be going to dual 18650s or 26650s and looking at possible custom boxes and stuff like that. So,
What up, Josh?
what's up?
Yeah, I know you're like just the PR nightmare alone. Plus, this way, and from what I understand when you were telling us about this, they're prepaying for everything in advance. So when you buy a DZ, you're going to get it in like 3 days.
Correct. They are, the downside is there may not be a color option that you like, but the reality is the deal I have worked out with them right now is give it a little bit of time. Things are going to change month to month. There's going to be different stuff that comes out. Yeah, I mean, realistically, I'm going to do 10 to 15 of each color, and they're going to have different wraps and stuff like that. So you're going to have the option, hopefully have the color choice that you're after is already pre-made, if that makes sense. So
yeah, because you said before you're going to be doing like sets of a few colors repeatedly, but then there's going to be special ones thrown in at the same time, right?
Well, yeah, because what I've done is I went back through and I analyzed the last year and a half of DNA sales, and there are specific mods that sell more, obviously, than others. So we're really going to focus on the ones that sell, almost sell repeatedly month after month are going to be the guaranteed month after month ones, because obviously, after a year and a half, the majority of the public likes a certain setup. And then we're going to have some mixed in ones, some one-ofs, if you will, for each month. And there will be different things, like different engravings and stuff like that, that'll be coming out with them as well. So.
And then I know to apologize to any of you guys who are local, but possibly to make online people happy, I know the Knoll said that they're only going to keep a very limited amount in store, so that people online have a fair shot.
Yeah.
So there's going to be a lot more online than in store.
Well, and these guys will, they have the the manpower to answer emails, answer phone calls if you guys have them immediately, as where I only have a couple hours a day at most. And then, like now, I'm in the middle of all your guys' builds. If you're on here and you're mad because you ain't got your mod, hang in there. You're only a couple days away. But with that said, with the Knoll, you'll be able to contact them. They'll get back to you. They'll have the answers that you're looking for. So
let's talk chip, man.
Yeah.
Switch to the SX. There's not a lot of people doing SXs right now, and I know in the testing that I've done with the SX personally, I think the chip hits better. I really do.
Dude, I agree with you. It's a smoother. It's a smoother vape, if that makes sense. It's hard to explain. You'd kind of have to,
it's light, though, right?
Side by side them to really tell the difference.
But it's just enough.
You're right. I agree. It's not huge, but it's enough to notice.
So what does that mean for
whoever just sent me a text message? No, my phone didn't go off during the show. It's on silent.
What does that mean for ongoing things? If somebody wants something special, is it just going to be you need to wait until the Knoll gets their next shipment?
Well, that I still have to work out with the Knoll themselves to see, if they're willing to do custom orders, stuff like that.
Sure. The reason I asked is Great Britain Darren in the chat asked for. He said he wants a Union Jack one.
Well, I've started to do a lot of stuff in house. There's only a few things I don't do in house now. The production should possibly pick up if it needs to pick up. I can always bring a couple other people in. I was about to bring a couple other modders in with me, and I got slammed with a 10-week delay. Which in my opinion sucks because more than anything, I wanted to bring, help a couple other people out with some money and help more vapors out. Get a DNA mod, but that might end up being in the form of an SX from this point on. We'll have to see how everything goes, but.
And yeah, the upgrade works really good.
Oh, look at that 4.0.
Hey, you're the one who spilled the beans, man. I didn't share that yet.
Blame the Mexican guy for spilling the beans.
Somebody said, will users who buy them be able to update their own firmware?
Yes, they will be.
I also think, from a local perspective, or if you're just uncomfortable with that, I think Rich was saying that if people want to go to him, they'll do it as well.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
I believe that is the plan.
I know. I also heard to Darren that the Knoll is working on international shipping options. Right now, they can't do them through their site, but they can do them custom, and I think they're working on those options overall to get that integrated into their site as well.
Sure. And I actually asked the same question of Josh last night of updating it yourself, and he kind of went over the general steps. It's really simple. If you can update your firmware on your iPhone or your Android, you can definitely do it.
It's gotten a lot better than before. I've been testing, the version 1 boards and stuff like that, and before it was a mess. So now you basically take the box over to where it says link, and you move over to on, and once it goes on, you hold it there for 5 seconds when you have it plugged into USB, and it'll connect automatically, and all you have to do is hit upgrade. When you have the upgrade, boom, and it'll upgrade, and that's it. So it's gotten a lot smoother. There's still some things to work out, but it's gotten a lot better to upgrade.
Sure. Josh, we had a question in the chat. The username is the.
Every time I type the now, it's tagging that goddamn word.
So is the Fat Daddy 510 the standard now on all these future builds?
It will be, yes.
Perfect.
It will be.
And dude, come on, are you planning on doing that cool shit you've been doing with the Fat Daddy 510s?
Yes, that will be the standard from this point forward.
So I'm gonna tell these guys about the cool thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say you can hold up and show it to him.
So no, our Fat Daddy 510s are standard, man. We're like plebs.
I know. I was gonna. That was the other option.
We have a slight lean to our Fat Daddy 510s. This sneaky motherfucker started building a couple, and he started doing a counter drill, so they all sit flat now. So slanted box, flat 510.
In case you guys don't know, the Hammond boxes that most of these modders are using these days, they do have a little bit of an outside slant, so the box is slightly wider than it is square, and which can cause a little bit of a pimp lean, just a little bit if you mount something square.
Dude, that's some hella fucking craftsmanship.
And also,
that's attention to detail.
Also, we're working with another manufacturer here. I am, at least, that we're going to try. The Fat Daddy rings are 2 millimeter thick. This manufacturer is going to be making 1 millimeter thick, so they're thinner. And basically that, in addition to what Josh has been doing with the inlay, will make it almost seamless in between. So we're working on doing something like that.
Yeah, I just started talks with him today as well. But yeah.
And dude, I gotta say, man, I own a lot of fucking mods, and your attention to detail is just pretty phenomenal.
Not only attention to detail, but attention to detail at that price point is ridiculous.
Oh, agreed. For that price point, the attention to detail is just, I'm getting there. It's on fucking fast level, man.
I mean, Mastada feel pretty good. I cloned him one time for somebody, so, and I didn't even get as small as him. So.
What up, Josh?
What up, Josh?
Yeah, I actually think somebody in chat has that clone. I think Trey has that clone.
Deal with it, right? There you go.
Oh, that's going in the gag reel.
That's going into clip show.
It's fun now because now, like every time we have a guest on, they say something stupid or something. They're like, "Oh God, that's going to be a sound clip."
Yep. That's okay. I'm okay with that.
It's like, oh, don't post it on Facebook. It's become our don't post it on Facebook.
Did Josh talk about his new smoking mod? It comes hot off the press, smoking.
I mentioned that right as you were jumping off, but I'd like to go back to that.
Yeah. So here's what happened. I think was Sean, were you there too?
I was there.
Okay, so we're sitting in a hangout and we're watching Josh sit there and build. I mean, even though he has potato cam and it looks like somebody said it looks like he's got peanut butter on the screen because he's all pixelated all the time. So we're sitting there and all of a sudden we hear, oh shit, this thing's smoking. We're like, what's going on? And he takes his headset and puts it to the box, and the box is crackling. And you can hear the crackalackle factor going on that thing. And he holds it up like this, and the thing's just, smoking. Well, he had a DNA chip pretty much shit the bed and caused the batteries to vent. Yeah. And the mod that he had, Josh, that was a dual 1200 mod?
Yes.
Okay, so those are 2 lipos in there. And this is to something that I'm going to be talking to Chuff later on, Chuffalingus, about venting some straight lipos because I like the way they vent. There's another sound clip. Because these vented in his box, and even though the box got warm, the thing was literally venting there on video, and both batteries vented. And it wasn't an explosion, and it wasn't, fire shooting out or something shooting across the room. And I've had the same kind of experience with these lipos that we use. I mean, they're mainly for the RC world, so they're a little bit, tougher. So, but that's something that I want to talk to Chuff about, doing a video with just those lipos since he's been doing some batteries. So. To have those vent.
I have one question before that, and then actually, why don't we just fucking pull Chuff on?
Yeah.
Here. For the SX, for dual batteries, will you have to reverser the positive side on one of the batteries like you do on the OKRs?
No, they'll run parallel.
Yeah, they run parallel, yeah.
So the mod... Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say something, too, to safety with the SX board. He has gotten, I'm going to say this right now because I haven't seen a company go this far with user input. As soon as the Yeehee boards came out, people said, we don't want this tilting crap. We want buttons. They gave you the software for the buttons. The buttons are there, okay? They said, we want this on the screen. They were able to do it. We want, 40 watts. They're able to do it. And one of the things that they're doing now, which was available before that I talked about, but you had to manually do it, was the board has a different place where you can solder your negative that provides reverse polarity protection. That's putting your batteries in backwards. Okay, even though a lot of these mods are already sealed and you're not going to be messing with the batteries, but that helps a lot. So Yeehee, I believe that now with the newer boards that are coming out, they're going to have the negative in that location. I'm not 100% sure if these are going to be this run or the next, but I'll confirm and keep everybody up to date. So they will come from the factory with reverse polarity protection, which, believe it or not, is a big deal. So
it is a big deal.
So we had another question, and I think we kind of talked about this last night. Toxic Enigma said, Josh, will the batteries in the SX be able to handle the chip upgrades? Let's talk specifically about the batteries in the DZ SX.
And this is a very important question, so y'all pay attention now.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, well, I mean, right now,
your mods.
Well, right now, I'm personally, I have the 40-watt upgrade too. I wasn't really going to share that, but since Mass let it out of the bag, I will. I've been testing it, and the lipos handle it just fine. There's no, I mean, obviously you're going to have a little bit of voltage sag like you will with any other batteries, but they'll fire. And I watched this guy, I watched Mass here fire, what was it, a 0.2, 0.3 the other night? Cranked all the way up to 40 or whatever it was you had, man?
0.2.
So, but here's the catch, right?
Yeah.
All these people putting out these things with 18650s, it's probably not going to handle the load.
I would say a
Here's
single 18650 at 40 watts, probably not.
I'm just gonna take the top cap off so you can see. But watch the screen. This is at 40 with a 0.2. I don't know if I can get it to focus here.
You can see 4-point blur
I don't know if
blur.
you can you see the numbers?
Yeah, 4-1. 4-1 no.
Yeah. I mean, that's firing at 40 watt, a 0.2 ohm coil, and it's firing it at 3.25 volts. So, I mean, that's straight. You know, I don't want to get juice all over my screen, but there you go.
I mean,
Nope.
mine's not that low. Mine's not that low. Mine's a 0.8 at 31 right now, and they're working just fine.
Set off the damn fire.
But
You know, like,
dude,
like,
and
I'll go ahead, man.
I think this switch, with the market the way it is, and with the fact that there's not that many people doing SX mods, and they're upgradable, and he's listening to people, I think this switch is phenomenal. Like, I think it's absolutely great. As you know, as much as I hate to say made in China too, you know, you're especially made in China and more expensive than the DNA board. I think embracing the newest technology is a smart move.
INC of all putting on a DNA40 board.
Mm-hmm. That's it, man. I think embracing the change is a really smart move. Embracing the new technology is a smart move. And it seems like, honestly, from looking at this chat, a lot of people are really fucking happy about this change, man.
Yeah.
Well, you know, the chip is immediately available. If I need 200, you know what I mean, I'll have them in 4 or 5 days tops. If I need 400, I'll have them in 4 to 5 days tops. You know, and as you know, if I need 200 DNAs, I'm waiting 10 plus weeks.
Right.
And yeah, I mean, I've always said it hasn't been about the money for me, and it hasn't. But I will tell you, with this 10-week delay and 2 months of no DNA sales, it's cost me quite a bit of money out of my own pocket to, you know, to try to keep up with things and stuff like that. So it's oh man, Chuff just got me in side chat. Sorry.
Well, because we're going to be talking about batteries in a second, I'm just going to show him in here.
And I see Walter's in the chat. Walter,
Yeah.
I'll find out about the efficiency of the chip here in a minute. And somebody asked will it stay though 40? The Mavericks. Will it stay at 40 if we're just going to keep testing it whenever a new upgrade comes out? I don't know what he means. I mean, does he mean is it going to stay at 40? To the level where that board will go. I know the board, I believe, has 15 amp limit. So I think 40 is the highest it'll go. But I mean, you know, we started with the board at 30. You know, so jumping 10 watts is quite a bit. And I can tell you,
with no hardware replacement, that's pretty slick.
right, with no hardware replacement, it's really good. So and just keep this in mind. Okay, Yeehee already has a 50-watt board that's coming out, which is in that mod that I talked about earlier. There is no reason to think that they will not come out with an SX350 that can do 50 watts.
Yeah.
Okay, they've already done it with a different kind of chip. So these are things that, you know, they're possibly working on. So, you know, but I believe that a 50-watt chip will be different hardware. It just has to. You know, the traces on the boards have to be bigger, all that stuff. So, but I think, you know, this board is safe, 40-watt, you know. So we'll see where that goes. But
They might take it up to 45 or something. You never know.
Right.
So
Yeah.
another interesting contention point. Stephanie asks, is the switch less stressful on the batteries? And I know the fire switch has been kind of a contention point with this new build set too, right?
Well, this has been an ongoing issue, and it doesn't just happen with me. It happens with other modders. And every time I link people to this stuff that is sold at Radio Shack, it's called Detoxit D5. It's a corrosion, improves contacts, and helps protect the surface of the inside of the switches. So what you do is, if you don't want to send it back to me or the modder that built you your DNA, buy that stuff at Radio Shack. Yeah, it's 15, 16 bucks. But, I mean, we all have mods, regardless if you're a mech user or a regulated guy. You can still clean your contacts with them, with it. So it's not like it's a wasted product for just a button. But you get it, you depress your button, spray it on the edges, kind of work your button up and down, make sure it works in there. And I will tell you within 2-3 minutes your button's fixed. So, I mean, it depends. You could send it back to me, I can do it, which, costs you $5 and some time, or you can go down to Radio Shack for $15, buy it yourself, and have it for everything.
So, but you're switching most of the new run to the P9 switch, right?
I am. It was a damn button that I was searching for months, and I couldn't find it until I was on the last show with Goss, and he told me where to find them. And I'll tell you what, ordering from these guys is hard as shit. If it wasn't for Mast, I wouldn't have the buttons that I have now. They're just like the GLV buttons.
We ordered.
Go ahead. I was
going to say that,
Go ahead, man.
What up, Josh?
Hey,
What up?
Hey, what up, Josh? You deal with it. So this is just like, now I know what people in the news feel like, when they have that 10-second delay, and the lady's like, okay, well, we'll see you later, and the guy's like, still talking. Yeah, so there it is. I was going to say, yes, some of these places that'll carry the buttons, they still have all your information in a metal file cabinet that they have to get every time and write out a bill for you. So I told Josh next time I ordered, he can hop on the order. So, but I swear by the P9 switches, and I'll continue to, because I've beat the crap out of those things and they just keep working. So double deal with it.
And they're so clicky.
They are really nice buttons, man. And you can color code them with the color choices of the box and shit too.
Yeah.
To a certain degree, yeah.
To a certain degree, yeah.
Yeah, but these damn buttons, like, I'll say, man, like, I love the flat button on this thing, but these buttons, these P9 switches, they just work. And they work every time, and they work great.
Every time. Something that we kind of got off of it because we started handling other questions, but something Mass was talking about earlier, and this is coming from someone that doesn't own an SX chip mod at all, but that said, I can appreciate a few of the things that we've been talking about, being able to user upgrade firmwares when bug fixes and that kind of thing comes out. But the other thing that I think is kind of interesting about the whole thing is the fact that they had the foresight to put those extra pads on the board to support those buttons right beforehand, and then later on, when they got the code right, when people demanded it, like you said, having that option to wire those buttons in, I think that's pretty slick.
Yeah, I would agree with that. 100%.
There you
So
go.
we had Sonos Main ask 2 questions. The second one we already talked about, the G-Plat wires, so you'll have to watch the replay, man. Sorry. For the first question, people are buying huge RC car batteries and putting them in their mods. I'm concerned about what they'll do during catastrophic failure.
Yeah, so this is something that I saw a picture of, and basically a guy took a Josh, he's using that 5200 mAh hard case battery, and I don't remember how many C that one is, but basically they're using that and using a mechanical switch and basically trying to run a mod like that. And again, those batteries are around $25 to $30, so that's up to Chuff to try to hard short one of those. But it's still basically two layers put together, and they're in the hard case. And yeah, I mean, the larger the battery you go, the higher the probability of something bad happening with the size of the battery. So
Chuff, you want to throw
it goes up
in here?
Mm-hmm. Actually, I need to answer a question about chips real quick before we move on.
Not SX chips.
Salt and vinegar.
Yeah, the Cape Cod chips are really good. I like them. They're not as readily available around me. have to go to like a very super secret supermarket to get them. But I approve of all of them except for what's that stupid ass flavor? So I was like where is it? Buttermilk ranch. What the fuck? Yeah.
Those probably sell really good down here in Texas, man.
But Cape Cod chips are good shit. They can't handle any kind of amps or watts or anything, but they'll make you feel good regardless.
So go, Chuff.
Hey, just a question that popped up real quick. Wolf Tech, he was asking about is it normal for the USB board to get warm when charging on the SX350? Yes, it is. And something that gets really warm is the small LEDs that they have on there. You have a controller chip on the USB board that gets warm, but you also have the LEDs. Those get really warm. So if you're using these for modding, keep that area open so to the inside of the box for air. And yes, it is normal for them to get warm.
So that's pretty weird, right? Because LEDs in general are pretty low heat emitting light sources, right?
Yes. Yes.
So,
say again?
LiPo batteries, since you made Chuff walk away a minute ago.
Okay.
So this is.
I didn't hear what you said.
They're low emitting diodes. That's what LED stands for. So they're just low heat lights. Yes.
Yeah. Light emitting diodes, right?
Light.
Anyway, go.
Yes.
You're up, Chuff. You're up. Yeah.
So this is the LiPo pack, straight out of the.
They are
RC.
Chuffalingus emitting diodes.
And this particular pack is a 1800 milliamp hour pack. It's I forget how many C. I ordered these a long time ago. But my understanding, I have a good friend that used to work for a company called Thunder Power in the RC industry, and he has a lot of experience designing chargers for LiPo packs, designing various motors and things in the RC industry. And the company that he worked for sold fairly high-end batteries, fairly high-end chargers. So he's done a lot of testing on these, and really, in my opinion, more importantly, a lot of warranty work on these. And, it's a little bit crazy to say that there's no danger with LiPo batteries, but my understanding is that you're much more likely to have an issue with LiPos during charging than you are in discharging. He talks about helicopters crashing from 200 feet and the pack being fully pierced and not venting, or venting with no fire. But he also said that they would have battery packs come in for warranty work, and the case would be totally pierced, and the battery completely shot, and they would put it in recycling, and it would catch fire like 4 days later. It's a little bit strange, but they had a lot of issues going on. But he said most of the people that had real issues with LiPos, more often than not, it was during charging, much more so than
but Chuck, don't you think that's because the LiPos are able to be charged at such a high C rating, so they're pushed as they're being charged also? Yeah. So I mean, in all these mods, like the SX, you're only charging at 500 milliamps. So.
Absolutely. In the RC industry, people like to charge things as fast as they can charge them. So a lot of times they're charging them at 30, 40.
Actually, well, like this LiPo pack that I got can be rated up to 5 amp charge, and it can go below, obviously. You know what I mean? Same with the ones I use in the small mods. They can go up to, I think, a 4 amp charge or something like that. It's like 2 amps of battery, I think. And I charge mine at 3. So the joy to that for me is I pop it out of my mod, throw it on my charger, and 45 minutes later it's charged. I don't recommend it for everybody. You know what I mean? I mean, I have an expensive charger that checks and regulates and makes sure that it doesn't overcharge and all that crap like that. It's not just some run-of-the-mill go to the RC shop and buy the cheapest LiPo charger you can find, if you know what I mean. I don't recommend it. I think you should stick with the chargers that we put in the mods myself. But sorry, Chuff, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, you're fine. I didn't even know I was going to be on the shows. So I charge my Sonys a lot of times, though, at 3 amps or so. But yeah, so I've been thinking about taking some LiPo packs out and venting them and seeing what happens. And you know, I've got 8 of them here that I bought. I think I've got 8 left that I bought to make mods out of a long time ago and never got around to it. So I might take a couple out and direct short them. I might I might take a couple out and you know, puncture the light. Just straight puncture the packs and see what happens. And, you know, that's a real danger with LiPos sometimes. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But the big thing I'm going to do battery-wise is short some ICRs probably in the Manhattan actually, just because that for some reason that's something that everybody wants to see. Everybody's like, oh, but if you use an ICR, oh, but if you use an ICR, and I'm, who the fuck uses ICRs?
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
So could you possibly take an ICR, put it in the Manhattan, and fire it at a LiPo? Because that would be pretty awesome.
That would be cool.
You know, maybe that's what I should do. Maybe I should machine some type of spear and use the Manhattan and shoot that at a LiPo and see what we can make happen.
I think that's entirely appropriate, and I want to be there when you do it.
Now, while we're talking about, you know, blowing up batteries and stuff, I did have the DNA meltdown on me yesterday. I should have took pictures, but I mean, luckily Sean and Mast were in here that they got to see and hear it happen as it was unfolding. One thing I would like to point out, I used metal cases. It was completely safe. Hell, I was holding the damn thing while it was doing it.
And complaining about the smell pretty consistently.
Yeah, it smelled like, you know, a Chinese nail salon. The other
racist.
thing was... Okay, well then it smelled like a nail salon in the event. Unfortunately, all of them around me are ran by Chinese people. So, not racist in any way. And the other thing is there was no fire and there was no fireworks.
There was a burning crucifix.
Sorry. I broke Josh for a minute there. My bad.
Yeah.
Whack out!
So I mean, you know, you see a lot of these guys on these videos on YouTube that get these things to catch fire, and they're just doing different things, if that makes sense, to get them to pop. You know what I mean? And I'm sure Chuff will have fun and get a few of them to catch fire himself. But under normal circumstances, I've had each and every one vent roughly the same, which is not like.
Half offended.
Sono's face said I'm half offended, so I'm assuming he's possibly half Chinese.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna stop because, you know, I'll just keep.
Is it time to judge the contest?
I think it might be. We should probably break this whole chain.
Okay. So I'm just gonna start a screen share here for the Beards of Hazard contest piece. I don't have any. I'll find out who the person is afterward. I just pulled up all the images, and that way we can vote without knowing who the people are.
Hey, Sean. Before you start, can we? I'll put it in. I'll put it in chat, or maybe one of you can. You drop this in chat for me. This is actually Josh's previous mugshot. So if you want to just put that up there, you
Dude,
know,
I'll just screen share that shit. There you go.
Yeah. I put it on.
Just like fucking Josh, right there, man.
I just found it. So
I do have to say though, man, you really let yourself go.
I did, dude.
I think he looks better now.
I got home and got comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Started eating.
What up, Josh?
All right. So to the contest. Here are our YouTube submissions. Or our YouTube banner submissions. Do we have more coming in right now? No, that's something else. Okay, there we go. YouTube, if I'm missing anybody, send them to somebody so that we can get them. So I'm just going to start going through them.
That's awesome.
All appropriate.
Nice.
I like that one too.
Man, that one's just.
Oh man, that is
I like that one.
that
Although
is great.
You look a little.
Nobody fucking asked you, Chuff.
That one as well is really fucking good.
The solid one. Can you zoom up on that a little bit? It's a little small.
Yep.
The detail on that one is pretty awesome.
Very fond of that as well.
Pretty cool.
Also like that one. We had some great submissions this time.
These are probably some of the best ones that we've ever had. I'm not gonna lie.
Yep.
That was about the normal one that we get.
Yeah, they nailed Ahmed pretty good there, huh?
I just like all the third legs. That's pretty. I mean,
The Plumes of Hazard.
mine's a little short, but I am Scottish by heritage.
Hey, click the more since my potato internet is not keeping up. All right.
Like what? There you got the next one. There's the next one.
Yeah.
The next one after that. And I think we got one more. That one right here.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one.
Yeah, I personally am partial to that one and this one.
Yeah, those are my two favorite as well. And that is nothing saying about the rest of them because the rest of them are good too.
Really good, but these two are my favorite.
Dude. Yeah, I like them both, but I like that one too.
That one?
The one with their faces on the mods is really good too. 'Cause they really nailed it.
It is, but I don't know that I would put that on as our YouTube banner. It's funny as shit, but I don't know that I would use it as our YouTube banner.
I actually, I really wanted to enter this one because I really wanted to win the mod, and when I saw how good all the submissions were, I was like, fuck it.
You know, I've had a surprising number of people message me that exact thing. I'm between those two, man, and I know this dude hand drew this thing and photoshopped it, and it's there's a lot there, and I have a soft spot for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and I just think that's really clean.
Yeah, it's super clean, and I think out of all of them, I think that's my favorite.
Me too.
Why
I think
do we all have
just because of how clean it is. Huh?
Why do we all have sunglasses though?
To go along with the deal with it gag, I'm assuming.
Deal with it.
I wear the sunglasses around here.
Deal with it.
I dig it.
Who runs Vaportown?
Mass blast from Maple Town. Embargo. So we got a. I would like to say that I'm pleased that Ahmed got a Joe Dirt reference into this episode, which we don't often get in any Vapor
I
episodes.
also referenced the song No Diggity. If anyone.
No doubt.
Hey, Sean,
Chuff picked up on that one.
While we're tallying all this up, did you talk about coil porn?
I did talk about coil porn.
Okay.
You did?
I did. I talked about their big giveaway, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So now we've mentioned it twice. So, we're running a tally in our little private chat to pick the winner here. So, what do you got? What else do you guys think? I think
He's got his sunglasses on. He can't see, dude.
We think Ahmed.
Ahmed? Oh, okay. Mass is in. Ahmed.
Well, it's 3-on-1.
Deal with it. What I've done.
Oh, that's messed up, dude.
Is that 3-1?
I think so.
I think that's 3-1.
I think so.
All right, then our winner for the Beards of Hazard
Is
banner is, drum roll please, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Wait, no.
Fantastic entries.
Turtles
Everybody. Those were friggin' great.
Yeah, I really like that one.
Yeah. The other one is a very close.
God, the other one is fucking phenomenal.
Very
and
close.
I'll tell you what, whoever did the other one, as long as this dude is in the U.S., I want to send him some juice because it's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
So
I'm sure I could scrape something up as well.
yeah, I'm gonna hit up you too, man, and we're gonna make sure that you get something because that's just amazing.
Yeah.
So you're winning something too because I can't not. It's too good.
Agreed.
So that's that one. Do we want to run random?
I already did, motherfucker!
Oh, nice. Well, there we go.
Our random winner for the DZ mod is Sergeant Monica Lewinsky.
Sergeant Monica Lewinsky. Oh, right after he or she gives us no drum roll sound clip.
I might have potato internet, but I got sound.
Whoever the three people that we've got that are winning something, send one of us a message on the Facebooks or the Reddits, and we'll get you sorted out wherever you actually, you know what we should do, which is wherever you posted the image, right?
Yep, and we will have a new YouTube banner coming up here shortly as well.
So.
Oh wait, hey, do you have the name of the person that won the TMNT?
Let me call it. The TMNT one was Becca Dawson.
Becca Dawson. Oh, that's who did that?
Yeah, yeah.
Awesome.
Which one? Wait, which one did you do?
The TMNT one, the one that won.
Really?
I know her. She's local to me. Sweet. Well,
I wanted to take a quick moment though. The mods, I'm still waiting on the Fat Daddy 510s to come in. So as soon as I get those, they'll be ready to go.
There we go. Do we have any other questions for?
Well, let me say this too, because I got bugged earlier. Just kidding. Stephanie Roberts, yeah, your mod is being made. Still waiting on the painter. Just so you know, there's your shout out. If you're still in there or not, but.
Is he chat?
Yeah.
Now I want to pick Sergeant Monica under the desk vaping it.
Oh, that's good.
That should definitely be a requirement to receive the mod.
Yeah.
What's that?
That Sergeant Monica Lewinsky has to be under a desk vaping it when they get it.
And then post it to Vapors Gone Wild.
And post it to yeah.
There you go. Oh, one thing I didn't mention is that the SX, I'm hoping will be available mid-July at the Knoll. We didn't set a time frame, but just so everybody knows, it should be around mid-July. So.
Sweet.
I know, way off topic, and we talked about it an hour ago, but you know.
Well, we gotta finish up. That's good.
Yeah. Give everybody a time frame. So.
What's the? We should also mention how to get this. So Vapors know you can Google for it, but what's the domain, Sean, or Josh, whoever you are?
Vapors.com.
Yep.
Vaporsknoll.com.
Yep.
Vapor with an O or an E?
An E, I believe.
E. Yeah.
That's what.
Vapors Knoll with an E.
Got it.
Ask important questions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do we have any questions for Josh or for Chuck?
That's true. As we're winding down, is there any remaining questions besides Vapors Gone Wild links all over the place?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll update. When I get a response back for the efficiency of the board, I'll update it on our Facebook page and on Reddit.
Word.
What up, Josh?
What up?
Josh.
Stay
So I
tuned.
think that
I promise there will be explosions. That is a guarantee.
Nice. You see what the beer does to you, Chuff?
man, you're already more popular than us anyway.
Yeah.
Babe.
I know. In the presence of a celebrity tonight.
Yeah, it's all like famous and shit.
Put a vest on, all kinds of wires all over it. Yeah.
As long as it's you and not on it.
Oh, somebody's got a question for Ahmed.
What's that? Sure. What's your question, Booping?
That's gonna take like 30 seconds. I'm not sure I get the chameleon vinyl. Anybody?
Oh.
Chameleon vinyl.
Okay.
You know,
Dave
I know.
is my favorite person in the world because he sent me these delicious cookies to answer your question. Worth. Did not make it through the padded envelope that he sent them in very well, but they are quite tasty.
Hey man, it's always good to crumble up on top of ice cream, if nothing else.
Okay, so we do actually have a couple good questions. First off, Ahmed, how many pairs of sunglasses you got?
Here I have
Period, I think, is the
4.
question.
I think I have another 3 upstairs that I couldn't locate, but I only really wear like 1 pair.
As far as I know, the DZs, we talked about this earlier, the new DZs at the Knoll are going to be 160.
Yes. Yeah.
And somebody said, since you started making mods, Josh, is it harder now that your attention to detail and features has improved? Is it harder to build?
No. I'm gonna say no. It's now it's just second nature. So basically, I won't send somebody something that I wouldn't carry around daily, if that makes sense. So.
Trust me, he
somebody came
himself
up
about shit too. He really does. There is a tiny, tiny little crink in my fucking carbon fiber wrap, and half the time I'm talking to this guy, he's like, "Man, I fucking looked at that, and god damn it, that little crink."
Shut up and quit your bitching.
Hey, dude, I ain't bitching. That's him being that's him criticizing his own.
It does.
Real question for Josh. What up?
What up?
What up, Josh?
Hey,
somebody said, "What's the best box mod?" Period.
Hey, Sean, I'm gonna set the 15-man up too. So let everybody know after we go off air. Give us 4 minutes, and we'll set it up.
We'll have a nice big hangout for everybody.
I would say best box mod is personal preference, but so far I really dig these SX chips over the DNAs myself. But that's just me.
Yeah, I like the SX. I'm excited to get an SX mod at some point in the future. So I think that's it then. Thanks everybody for watching. It's appreciated.
Yes.
And on that bombshell.
Yeah. We'll see you guys next week.
Have a good night.
Later on.